Each level of the education ecosystem, child, school, system, requires a supportive and enabling environment to function. This means supportive parents, caregivers and community, a management team able to effectively work with and support teachers and parents and caregivers, and policy and systems which enable and empower the personnel and coordination mechanisms implementing it. All of these aspects are clearly framed and explained by the INEE minimum standards. Parental, caregiver, and community participation is essential to improving access to and quality of education in emergencies. If parents feel that their children are not safe in or on the way to school, or that the education provided is not relevant or valuable, then their participation and that of their children will suffer, denying them the benefits continued education may bring. Ensuring this participation requires an integrated approach, including working to remove livelihood-related barriers to education and careful consideration of the additional barriers created by cross-cutting issues of gender, disability, conflict sensitivity, and child safeguarding and participation. In some contexts, parents and caregivers may take the lead in ensuring that education in some form continues for their children, including through home schooling. Their participation through school engagement mechanisms such as parent-teacher associations can improve the quality of education in emergencies through holding the school to account and guiding and supporting improvements. These groups should be inclusive and representative of the community in all respects, including gender. At home, parents can support learning and development by promoting discussion, reading, and creating a violence-free home environment. In emergencies, effectively managing the challenges of sufficient safe spaces and teacher and student participation, well-being and performance requires close collaboration between school management, parents and caregivers, supporting organisations, and the education authorities, even if they are part of the cause of the emergency. Engaging these key stakeholders at and in all stages and activities of an education in emergencies response can help build ownership and capacity, which not only helps sustain improvements, but also builds resilience to future shocks and underpins the response exit strategy. In emergencies, the Education Cluster for non-refugee emergencies and the EIE Working Group for refugee situations are the principal mechanisms for coordinating the relationship between education authorities and international and local organisations. Ideally, the Education Authority will be actively involved in and lead these coordination mechanisms, both at the national and sub-national level, but this may not always be the case due to issues of conflict sensitivity, capacity, or policy. At the sub-national level, other organisations may lead the coordination mechanism. Organisations supporting education in emergencies should seek to work with and through these mechanisms at all levels, stages, and areas of the response to minimise duplication and competition and improve coherence and quality. The provision of quality education to children in emergencies is a complex endeavour involving overcoming barriers at many levels. Some factors may only be addressed through advocacy aimed at improving the policies, systems, or funding required to create the enabling environment. The principal coordination mechanism is often the most effective channel for advocacy efforts due to their collective and representative nature and links to key stakeholders such as government, UN, and donors. The right enabling and supporting environment is essential to education in emergencies, helping children to survive, thrive, and learn, and to building back a more inclusive, equitable, and peaceful society.